All right, greetings everyone. Welcome to another meeting of Two Mindsets. I got my partner Dee Hill and his brother from another mother, as he likes to say, Izzy, on the set. In
What's
current event,
good?
yo, what's good? What's going on with you? What's good with you, Dee Hill?
I am excited today, man. We're going to be talking about some stuff that we're all a little bit passionate about. So, I'm ready to see what y'all going to bring.
All right. What's up, Izzy?
Not much, man. Ready to see what's going on.
All right. Well, I guess we jump right into it. In current events, we see former President Trump, as he's infamous for, trying out different monikers for his current rival presidential candidate, Kamala Harris. Um, right now, he's going with Lion Kamala, which is a recycled disc that he used to use on Ted Cruz. Some of his better known nicknames for political rivals include Sleepy Joe, Sloppy Chris Christie, Crooked Hillary, Ron DeSanctimonious, Wacky Amoroso, Little Marco,
Oh, man.
Pocahontas. Remember Pocahontas for Senator Elizabeth Warren?
Yeah, I forgot all about that because she claimed to be Native American.
Right, right. And my personal favorite is Boot Edge or Pete Booty Judge.
Wait, what was the nickname for him?
Boot Edge. I mean,
Oh,
I
my
don't
goodness.
understand what that means. I don't get it, but that's what he called him. Boot Edge, whatever.
The man is outrageous, but you got to love it. I mean, without him, without Trump, man, a lot of us would not be paying so much attention to politics. It would be really boring right now.
He's
That's
definitely
not.
he's
Yeah, that's
entertaining.
he's entertaining if nothing else.
Right,
Entertaining can be dangerous as well. So
right,
you
Yeah.
just got to keep an eye
But
on that.
because our people love to be entertained. So
exactly.
yeah, that's very dangerous.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You can say his style, he's got a combative style. And his style is likened to hip hop culture. Over the years, he's been referenced in song, even prior to him becoming president. Um, so today, one of the topics we're going to dig into is rap beefs and their prevalence in hip hop. Speaking for myself, rap at its core and its exception is party music with a braggadocious flair. That's what you saw with groups like Sugar Hill Gang and Run DMC. And those are two of the first rap groups that I heard on a regular radio, not just on a Friday or a Saturday night. And if you ever witnessed an MC battle, you understand that to be considered the best is an integral element of this art form. To me, these tracks are an extension of the MC battle format, and they are revered in hip hop culture. It's a way for an artist to get immediate notoriety by coming at a popular artist or a hit song. And we saw that in the beginning, in the early stages of rap, UTFO, Roxanne Shante. Then again with BDP and MC Shan did debate over whether hip hop began in the South Bronx or in Queensbridge. We've seen hip hop become Afrocentric, we've seen it become gangster, we've seen it move down south, we've seen it move out west, and then we saw it forget how to speak and start mumbling. But hip hop feuds always remain. And some of the most lyrical include LL Cool J vs. Kumo D, Ice Cube versus NWA, Gucci versus Jeezy, Nas versus Jay Z, Tupac and Biggie, who both unfortunately lost their lives as a result. And our most recent one, which is on everybody's tongue, is Drake and Kendrick Lamar. D Hill, I'm gonna start with you. What is your stance on rap beef?
On rap beef itself.
Yeah,
So, it's crazy that you took my thunder because I was going to start off with Kumo D, LL Cool J, Ice T. I think that was probably the first rap beef that I remember, from my day. 'Cause that's when I was really starting to listen to hip hop a lot, and it was good, fun, trash talking, going back and forth. You know,
okay,
um,
right.
Kumo D was the old head, trying to put the young boy LL in his place.
Right.
And and I gotta tell you, LL did his thing, but Kumo D came with it when he did Let's Go. And he did
Yes.
all of
The
the
L's.
words that started with
Yeah.
L,
Blah 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 blah. I can't
Lord,
even remember the word, but it was a bunch of L's in there.
a
Yeah.
bunch of L's, and it
Yeah.
was the best thing. I loved it, and that was
Right.
good, fun trash talking. That was
Good
battle rap at
fun.
its
Right.
finest, in my opinion. And I got to give that particular battle to Kumo D. You know, I was about to say rest his soul, but he's still out there somewhere.
Okay.
That's not funny. But you know,
It is fun. All
where is Kumo D?
right.
But I love that battle. It was fun to listen to, and everybody had good music. I don't particularly remember Ice T's dissing LL, but apparently he did somewhere.
Yeah. I don't remember that
I don't
either, but I
remember the
know
song.
LL dissed him. Right.
Yeah, yeah. And then you mentioned, so I got to say that the second best diss song of all time, in my opinion, is No Vaseline by Ice
Yeah.
Cube.
Ice Cube.
Yep.
Because, you know, when
Mm-hmm.
he left NWA, you know, they came after him, you know, calling him this and that for selling out and leaving him and whatnot. But he had a lot of good reasons to leave them. You know, they were not getting the money they were supposed to be getting, and he went out, became his own man, and we know the story as it's gone from there. The man owns the big three, you know, or at least partial owner. He's
Right.
got movies galore, you know, made many albums after that. But No
He's
Vaseline
mainstream. Yeah.
was the template for destroying your enemy as
Mm.
far as rap is concerned. So
I definitely agree.
I'm gonna let Izzy jump in from there, but I'll say, and I'll just leave it right there. No Vaseline is my second favorite diss track of all time.
Okay.
I agree with the No Vaseline. Yeah, that track was hard. Every now and then I go back and listen to that, like, because I'm a hip hop head, rap head. Like, yeah, what he did on that really was, like you said, the template for like a lot of future battles. And it's been so many, man. Matter of fact, I was just listening to Jada Kiss earlier today. You know, Jada Kiss and 50 Cent had a beef
Mm.
back in, I
Really,
think, 2005.
I did not know that.
And yeah, that back and forth was good. And you know, Jada Kiss is a top.
Yeah. He's
A
a
lot of people
sleeping.
say a top 10. It's so many MCs though, but I'll definitely put him in the top 20. And I don't know where I put him at, but it'll definitely be towards the 10. But yeah, they're back and forth. I love that. And then what Drake and Kendrick just had, I think that was great too. Even though Drake got, you know, ghostwriters or whatever, I still enjoy it.
Do you think it sometimes gets too personal? Do you think it sheds a bad light on rap as a whole, or what? Or it's just part of rap? What do you think on that?
I think you ought to leave kids out of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about wives?
Now,
Can wives can what about lady friends?
wives can get it. They
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 can
can
get
get
it.
it. Yeah, they can get it because well, I'm not. I say wives and kids. Wives, not
Because you
girlfriends, not little pieces that you know hanging on to for a long time. But yeah, kids and wives, I think should be left out of it. But anything else,
okay.
they can get it, and you still ought to take it with a grain of salt. Like that's just a part of the battle. Now, I know I heard a lot of old heads recently talking about the Drake and Kendrick and saying, you know, Drake going too far and this and that. And I feel like I don't think he went too far. I think he went just enough. And does the what a person say necessarily have to be true?
No, it doesn't. That's part of
It
rap.
doesn't.
Right.
It doesn't. But do I think what Drake? Do I think what Kendrick Lamar was saying about Drake was true? I do.
Oh,
I do.
really?
What part? And can you give us a
Yeah.
particular part
Like
that you think
it.
was true?
Yeah, the grooming of young girls, meeting them at 15, 16, and grooming them till they 18, and then all of a sudden getting involved with them. I've watched too many videos that have showed proof of him doing that. And
Wow.
so yes, it's not a factor of belief, it's true.
Mm.
Yeah, because that's a pretty harsh accusation, you know, for Kendrick to make. But it appears that a lot of people agree that that's the case. I don't pay enough attention to either of them to really comment on that, but that's disturbing if that's the truth.
Now, D Hill,
Oh
I
yeah.
was under the impression that you didn't really care for rap beats from our pre-recording meetings we had. So what is it?
So let me tell you about. I said that No Vaseline was my second favorite diss track of all time. My first is Ether by Nas,
Oh
which
yeah.
I think is you had a heartbeat, you had personal attacks, you had a history of two guys who had known each other for a long time, both from New York. And when Ether came out, it's like he just shut down the disc game. It
Yeah,
was really, in my opinion, the epitome of a diss
yeah,
track. It we still loved to hear Jay Z's music, but you couldn't mention Jay Z without mentioning Nas after that because
right.
he just really went in on everything. So, but to answer your question, I don't know when it happened, and something changed in me several years ago where I stopped liking rap beefs or rap where things like the Kendrick and Drake, the things like the Nas and Jay Z as it was at that time, um, especially with Big and Pac. There's I don't know exactly, and that their beef caused their deaths, but there's something in me that doesn't like to see brothers going at each other like that anymore. The personal attacks. I think we need unity, and you can say that it's just music, but they make it where it's not just music. It becomes so much more. It becomes these personal attacks.
Right.
You know, even if it somehow is proven that Drake is all the things that Kendrick says he is, to me that doesn't belong in the music. And
Mm.
Why not?
I can't even listen to Ether anymore. I cannot listen to Who Shot You. I can't listen to any of the beef songs from Pac against the East Coast. It does something to me. I'm serious. I have to turn the music off. I have not paid any real attention to the Drake and Kendrick. I haven't listened to the song. Now I did watch the video of Kendrick's big one. What is it? They not? Is it They Not Like Us?
Yeah.
I did watch that video because everybody was talking about it, but I can't get into the beef part of it. I don't like it. I don't like where it goes. I don't like what surrounds it. I don't like the content anymore. I just can't do it. Give me, 10 years ago, oh man, I would have been all in it. But I think there's something in me that desires peace among the brothers now. And
Mm.
let's go back to rap back in the day. Um, and there's this conflict because rap is about battling,
Mhm.
but battling used to just be I'm better than you at this, and I'm gonna put you here. I'm doing
Right.
a terrible job, but I think you get the point.
Yeah, you are.
You can be a battle rapper without attacking a person's soul, without attacking a person's true character. Just talk about the surface stuff.
Right.
Keep the art in it.
Um,
Mm. I
I,
can
I,
go
I
ahead,
get
Izzy.
exactly what Diedrich is saying, but I
Yeah.
think
My name
where
is Dee Hill,
hip
sir.
hop is today, the fact that it has grown, people go to the extent that the genre itself has grown. See, most of the beats you talking about are like closer to the beginning. The game has matured. It's like the longer something exists, the more they're gonna go because if you look at society itself, we're not the same. You know what I mean? Everything is more out there. Everything is more like raunchy, more raw. Well, I don't even want to say raunchy, but you can use raunchy. But everything is more raw now. So it's just reflective of society, as far as I'm concerned. Like I definitely get what you're saying, but I think with all that Kendrick said, it still was within the realm of modesty, because he could have said a lot of other things.
Let me just, if I can, right quick, respond to what you were saying about the raunchiness. I don't mind the raunchiness, believe it or not. I don't mind those things, because those things aren't attacking the individual. They're not causing animosity towards a person or to a whole a group of people. Yes, we are evolving and being a more tolerant society. That's going to show up in the music, but it's when you start trying to destroy the individual, regardless of who they are.
I feel Drake needed to be destroyed.
But that's your opinion. I'm not trying to defend Drake, not at all. But what I'm saying is, on the broader scale, the attacks against each other, perhaps let's attack some other things.
You know what I think though. I feel what you're saying, and I think, and I understand what Izzy's saying. This is the state where we're at right now. The hip hop is reflective of what actually our society is right now, and kind of what's missing is that fun element, right? That fun element of hip hop is kind of not there anymore. You know, we had rappers like Biz Markie, you know, Dana Dane, Slick Rick, people that were funny, you know what I'm saying, in rap, not necessarily.
Well, and let me can I cut in just a moment?
Yes,
I'll let you finish. One of my favorite rap songs is Many Men by 50 Cent. That's a very dark song. It's about people trying to kill him when he got shot up. I love it. I don't have a problem with that. It's super dark. You could even say that it's about attacking somebody, but it's more like a movie. It's a piece of art. It's totally artistic.
Right.
Say again. Yeah, he's telling the story, even though there's some truth behind it, but it's done in an artistic way. He's not trying to destroy somebody or trying to.
But he's done that too now, brother.
He has done that, and that's why I didn't mention just 50 Cent. I'm talking about this particular song.
Right.
But Many Men was not a part of a beat though.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm responding to RJ's point about. I just wanted him to know that I wasn't trying to go all the way back to where everything has to be fun, like with Biz Markie.
No, we love
Big Daddy Kane, all of that. But what I'm saying is, there's no real art in trying to destroy. Well, I can't even say that, but I don't feel the artistry in what Tupac did in the song against
Hit 'Em Up.
And Hit 'Em Up. That I can't listen to Hit 'Em Up anymore. I cannot. It hurts my soul. I'm not even being like hyperbolic. I can't listen to it. I have to turn it off when it comes on.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I get you though. So you kind of eliminated about 20% of rap. You just can't listen, maybe 30%, right? You just can't listen to it.
I don't think it's that much, because.
But see, I think that's the beauty of hip hop. He's responding to the music for where he is within himself.
That could be it. Yeah, I think you're right.
He's for where he is within himself, the same way I do. It's certain music, like I listened to a song on the way to work today, because when I was younger, 3 6 Mafia was my favorite group.
I still like 3 6 Mafia.
I cannot listen to it now. I listened to it this morning only just to reminisce, and when I started listening to it, I was like, this is why I started listening to this shit. It's very destructive. I'm not there in my life. I've always been a creative person, but now I'm more about creation and building and managing and sustaining and thriving. That is basically just destructive music. Now, when I was in my teens, When I was in my 20s, hell yeah, growing up where I'm from, the gang culture, that was my everyday. I lived by that. But
Yeah.
now I don't. I cannot. Other than just one or two songs reminiscing, I can't listen to it. You know, it almost repulses me when I think about how much I have listened to it. And so I definitely understand what he's saying. But it's just where you are personally, what
I
in
think
your
you're
life.
right.
But I think that's a great thing as far as hip hop, because I think there's something special about hip hop or the rap genre where it has something that can represent everything for everyone. So you
Right.
definitely can find music within hip hop that you are grooving with, that you are vibing with right now in your life. That's going, you can listen to it on the way to work when you get off, while you at work. You know, when you about to go out, you have your drink. That's gonna vibe with you for where you at right now in your life.
Right.
So I definitely understand what he's saying, but right now where I'm at, I enjoy the Drake and Kendrick beef. Like it really enlivened me. I actually got back in the studio myself, and it was just like it kind of lit a fire. It kind of put well, I said pour gasoline on the fire that was already lit within me. So I enjoyed it, man. I
And
enjoyed it. It's
is
one
it
of the
you? Go ahead, brother. I would say
no,
you
no, no,
just you
no.
kind of made a light bulb go off in my head. You kind of just reaffirmed my love for hip hop because you are exactly right. It has everything for what you're looking for. D Hill's not looking for beats right now. He's looking for love. So
He
he
looking
wants
for love.
some
He
love.
looking for
Absolutely,
love.
absolutely.
And
That's
there's
true.
something out
That's
there
true.
for you. I mean,
Right. Yeah. Some
yeah,
comment. Yeah.
I'm looking.
yeah.
I'm looking for artistry. I'm looking
Artistry. Okay.
for. I'm looking for pure entertainment. That's what I'm looking for.
I dig it.
Now
I
let me
dig it.
ask you something. You
Yes.
say you're looking for artistry. Have you actually followed the beef between Kendrick and Drake? Because what Kendrick did was masterful, bro. The way he handled from I look at how a lot of Drake's fans and a lot of people that was on his side just kept riding him, and the way Kendrick, like, you could just tell he planned it out to where the way he was dropping and what he was dropping, I mean, it was masterful.
I have.
It was
I have
masterful.
not followed it as closely as I would, let's say, 10 years ago. But I've listened to a couple of the songs. I know about the pop up concert. I haven't watched that yet. I want to go back and watch it. I hear, it was pretty cool. But it's the vitriol behind it. It doesn't feel good to me. That's where the problem is.
Okay.
And the bigger problem. So why does this work? It's because the audience
Right.
is a
Because
little
we
sick.
like it.
The
Right. Yeah.
audience is a little sick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why do we have to have this type of beef in order for the culture to raise up rap again? Why do these two brothers have to be destroying each other, like literally destroying each other's character? Now, well, you could say that that, for instance, people would say that Drake destroyed his own character, and people are still going to love it. But why does hip hop or rap, the genre that we love, why does it have to be so negative in order to be uplifting? That's what I don't like about this. Again, I people trip out when I say that I like Sexy Red's music. I love that song.
You ought to be
You
ashamed.
might.
You ought to be
So,
ashamed.
I mentioned that to let you know. I want to make sure you understand what I'm saying. I'm not dissing the negativity in rap. I'm dissing
You're particular to a
Can I
particular
respond
kind
to
of
that?
negativity.
just let me finish this.
Go ahead.
Okay.
The personal attacks, like what is happening with Drake, and I mean, let me ask each of you this: can you see the two of them standing next to each other presenting an award? at this point in time?
Not right now, no. I
So
mean, but
why should that be the case? That's ridiculous. And I'll let you,
Well,
Izzy, you
let me
about to
tell you
say
why.
something.
Let me tell you why. Because one, you got Kendrick that, how can I say this and be politically correct? I can't. One, you got Kendrick, who is from LA, who is a real hip hop artist who write his own stuff, and then one, you got a culture vulture and Drake, who got writers, who got identity crisis, and who really, without calling him the P word, he's a lame that got money. And even after the beef was called, not really called out, but after everything settled down, I'm still watching videos of subliminal things that he's doing to continue the beef, but not wrap it out. Because and those who have an invested interest in him know he cannot lyrically or culturally defeat Kendrick. However, he's doing other little subliminal things to kind of poke and jab at Kendrick. So that right now, knowing that Kendrick does have some kind of, ethics, he's not, I can't see him standing side by side with him. And I can't see Drake's ego allowing him to do that either, because he definitely lost that battle. But to you and the vitriol that you was talking about, it is vitriol, and it should be, because if me and you battle, I'm gonna destroy you, and I'm not gonna leave one ember. I'm not. No. Whatever flame you got, I'm gonna stomp it out, and I'm not gonna leave one ember.
But see, if you're a true rap artist, you can do that without bringing up my criminal past or that girl that I did wrong in real life, or that my mother, and this is just hypothetical for those who don't know me, or my mother is a crackhead. There's no reason to bring that into the music,
But okay, if not, then what will you talk about then?
That's where the artistry, that's where creativity comes into play.
That's coming from somebody that don't rap. I do. And guess what? The first thing I would attack is the things that I know are true. The things that I know are true about that person. And then I would embellish and be creative with the rest. And that's what it is. So I think you kind of got that old man syndrome. You kind of that's what it is. You like that old stuff. So once it got to a certain, and now we battle, because once it got to a certain point,
to desire creativity and love is old man syndrome.
Because I'm talking about LL Cool J and all them folks back in there, but some of the stuff they were saying was like crazy too, and like coming hard. Man, come on,
they did nothing to destroy the other person's character. They destroyed the other person's creativity.
I beg to differ, brother.
That's not true.
I won't put you on.
LL said he took Ice-T's wife's the album cover.
Thank you.
Bathroom.
Well, that's the album cover. He didn't take his actual wife. Right.
See, and then LL. That's not the only beef he had. He had a beef with Cannabis, right?
Yeah,
that was a great battle. Absolutely.
Yeah, he destroyed Cannabis entire career, as far as I'm concerned.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I think it's just preference.
But he didn't talk about the man's personal life. He talked about his battle skills and maybe his, what he did in the industry. That was
okay. That's personal. He destroyed him. He destroyed Cannabis, bro. And as a hip hop head, Cannabis was like the epitome of lyricism. Like,
absolutely. He was a great lyricist.
Knowledge, wisdom, and LL, because LL a legend. And he's a lyricist too. He destroyed. Now hold on. Let me say, he destroyed his career. Do I personally think he destroyed him? I don't think he just won like heads over heels myself. because I'm not a regular person. Regular people, a lot of time they go off of popularity.
And that's what.
Like
Let me just say, LL won that because he was a great lyricist, but also because he was far more popular than Canibus, and so he probably got a
exactly.
lot more airplay.
Sort of like I don't know if you're familiar with the Eminem and MGK beef.
Not the beef, no. Wow. Are you
To me,
RJ?
No, not particularly. I'm not even particular to any Eminem songs. I couldn't tell
well,
you.
let me just tell you. To me, MGK won that.
Mm,
But you cannot tell an Eminem stand that. You know what I mean? And
mm.
it got personal. It talked about Eminem's daughter. Talked about. I mean, it was just a lot. But it is what it is. But a lot of the time, it's just about popularity. But I think the it just don't fit for where he is within himself.
Yeah.
I like where everything is going. A lot of life has been brought to the genre because of the battle between Drake and Kendrick. So I'm loving it. And I know what I was trying to get to. The vitriol. The vitriol. A lot of the beats that have been had, people have made up after. Everything was not pop and Biggie where people were getting killed. And I'm glad. Well, we can't say for sure just yet this Kendrick and Drake thing because Drake is keeping people from making money in Toronto, which is up there where he from. So
Right.
it made something come out of that. But that's the lame part that I'm talking about. When a lame person get money, money just make a person more of what they are. But back to the vitriol. Most of the people that I know that have had beef, they have later on come together and healed and forgiven. I look at 3 6 Mafia and Bone when they had they beef.
Mm-hmm.
They came back together. DJ Paul did a song with Crazy Bone and Mystical. Everything been good. And so on and so forth. So the vitriol.
Like I said, not right now. I can't see them together right now. I agree with you.
Yeah, the vitriol in the moment when you talking about people trying to be the king of something. Now that is sort of the foundation of what rap is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the king.
Absolutely.
I'm the best. And to me, if you don't think you the best, you might as well not even be doing it.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm the. And I'm not as big as nobody, but you can take anybody from the industry. I guarantee I eat them up if we just in a cipher. I eat them up. I really feel like that. And if you ain't,
Wait,
if you don't feel like that,
we're
you
gonna
should
make
be,
you put.
you should be capping, period.
We're gonna make you put those skills to the test on here one day.
Listen, I don't know if I can rap something for you now, but they can go on my channel and listen to music or. Let me see if there's something I can rap for you. I'm not gonna rap right now. But
well, we're going. Speaking of battles, we're gonna venture on to another topic right now. There's an ongoing battle in the Middle East involving Israel and Hamas, the Palestinian people. Today, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu, amid civil protests, is visiting the United States. He addressed Congress and he met both with President Joe Biden, candidate Vice President Harris. Remember, them both one-on-one. Biden's goal is to seek a ceasefire in the conflict that's been going on since Hamas's attack last year on October 7th. Similarly, Vice President Harris was one of the first to call for a ceasefire back in March. To date, there's nearly been 41,000 people killed in this conflict. 40,000 of those people are Palestinians. Do either of you think a ceasefire will be agreed upon in Netanyahu's time here? Or just provide your thoughts on the conflict?
I'll go ahead. Absolutely not. They're going to keep going until they feel like they've killed enough Hamas fighters. And I guess the question is, what does a Hamas fighter look like? Because as far as I know, they don't have a uniform.
Exactly.
We've heard, I think, D.L. Hewley, it was maybe D.L. Hewley and Cat Williams said, they're not fighting they're fighting the people, basically. And Hamas, they blend in with the people, and that's why Israel is able to get away with, or at least for the moment, just indiscriminately bombing and shooting whoever. You can
Right.
say an 11-year-old boy is a part of Hamas, just bringing bread back to his family, gets shot in the head, by a sniper. It's tricky, and then it's really easy from the other side to let's say you have a neighborhood and you're in control of the neighborhood and people keep attacking you because they want more of the neighborhood back. They were there first, but even saying they were there first is controversial.
Right.
Because it
Right.
goes back and there's the property, the land changed who was there over time, back and forth. It's dangerous to take a side. That's how crazy it is. You don't even feel comfortable taking a side because you might lose your job depending on your job.
I was gonna preface that if you feel safe in commenting, but yeah, I agree with you. So go ahead, Izzy. Give me your thoughts.
Oh no, why y'all always
you know,
think I got something to say? I ain't got nothing to say.
say what?
Why y'all always think I got something to say?
Okay.
No, but when I knew we may segue into this, one thing I know that I just look at patterns, man. Like, Netanyahu had a lot of legal things going on for, I think, war crimes and bribes and all kind of stuff going on before this war happened. I think it's really just the big players creating a distraction to get Israel citizens' minds off of the things they was getting at him about. No different than when China had a lot of civil unrest going on right before COVID came out. And originally it was on China, then they flipped it to Africa. But after that, all that was laid to rest. You had civil unrest all in Europe during the whole. So this is how I look at it. Y'all know how my mind works. That's how I look at it. And I feel like when you're dealing with these big players, you have to think multidimensional. I'm a spiritual person. This is how I always work. And you have to look at what is being gained, what are they trying to get, and what, if you consider distraction, what is it taken away from? And I think that's one of the big things that this war is taken away from them looking at him. So that's
So
how
this is a way for him basically to stay in power.
yeah. Exactly, Mundo. Just like if you ever notice during every election, now this may be happening all year, but like the black girl that just got killed by the cop, shot in the head 3 times, every time we have an election, some reason the news want to start showing niggas getting killed by cops. And who gonna use that the most? The Democrats. They're always, and Kamala can use a boost. So
do you think she needs that? No, she don't need that. Do you think she needs that?
Yes, I do.
Oh,
They
because
always need that.
I forgot.
they always need that.
I forgot.
If you ever pay attention,
okay,
you can't pay attention to what a person say. You can sometimes pay attention to the actions, but always look at the patterns. Every election is the same thing. I guarantee you they're gonna use that, and they're gonna offer black people the only thing they can ever offer us, and then pull it away from us, is protection from the police, and maybe we may get a hate, like the anti-Asian hate bill. Like I guarantee you that's what they. So you can mark my words right here, right now, because I watched this. So I know I got away from the Israel thing, but It's the
That's
same
quite all
pattern,
right.
man. They always use distractions. They always, and that's what the war is—a distraction, and just a tuggle for dominance. I mean, so that's how I look at it.
So no ceasefire.
No
Anytime
ceasefire.
soon, nah, not right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And Netanyahu has been labeled a war criminal for the events that have taken place in this war. He and their defense minister as well. And the is it the IJC, the International Court, is calling for him to be arrested. But of course, the United States is not in line with that, even though a lot of other countries are. Um, it's interesting. Netanyahu went to MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Here,
Mhm.
he's American educated. He worked for a company here in the United States. I'm sure he has a lot of connections, and so probably within the government, he has the protection of the United States. So that goes a long way on this earth, and it's going to be interesting to see. They they could keep this war going a long time, and it doesn't seem like anybody has the real gall to stop that.
I mean, if you think about the numbers that RJ gave us, 41,000 has died. Only and 40,000 of those were Palestine. That's genocide. I mean, let's just call it what it is. That's genocide.
It's hard. Look, I agree, but the the rebuttal is if we don't kill them, they're going to keep attacking us, and that's
No,
been proven to be the case.
no, no,
I'm
no,
not
no,
saying
no.
it's right. I'm not saying
Yeah.
it's
No,
right.
no, no. When
That's
when the
just the
number when
rebuttal.
the Deidre, when the numbers are skewed like that, it's not a let me get them before they get me. That's genocide, bro. Now, if it was
Again,
41,000, if it was 41,000 have died, 20 on this side and 21,000 on this side, then yeah, you can say that.
all
And
right. Let
But
me
the
go ahead,
saddest thing
RJ.
about it is that, like you mentioned, D Hill, excuse me, they they're not sure who they killing.
Exactly.
They're not sure who they're getting, whether
They
it's Hamas or
Well,
not.
I think they are sure who they're killing. They don't care as long as it's Palestinians that they're killing. That's
Mm.
my that's my that's what I take from it.
If you put
Yeah.
this into context, since the state of Israel began, even prior to that, as far as conflicts with other nations, they've lost a total of 25,000 soldiers total since 1860.
Wow.
In one
that's
year,
nothing. That's
huh?
nothing.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
In one year, they've killed over 40,000 Palestinians.
RJ, did you ever read that book that I gave you, that I sent you back in the day? Um,
Which book? Yeah, I
uh,
read it.
yeah. So let me just share. I think I have it here. Um,
Oh yeah, yeah,
is
yeah. I read that. Yes. Yeah,
Israel and
yeah, yeah.
Palestine, the complete history. If you haven't read this book, I highly suggest it. I think it's a pretty fair and balanced book, but it tells, you know, the establishment of what is now Israel, and the going back and forth with Palestine. This is a very good book. It'll give you it's a good read. It's
Send it to me.
yeah, it's like
Send it
180
to me.
something pages. You can get it anywhere, but I highly suggest, if you don't know what's going on in Israel, and I don't know this guy, I'm not, but this is a good book to educate yourself, and it's pretty fair. He tells it from all sides. It's a history, so it's good to know, because this is not going anywhere. This is, we've been hearing about these battles since we were kids, and probably going to be going on long after we're dead, if nobody really
Man, Nah, it's just it's a distraction, but it ain't gonna be going on. Well, you talking about
Well,
Israel versus Palestine?
let me ask you. You say it's a distraction, and I hear
No, no,
that a
no.
lot. Why?
I misspoke. I was thinking about the Ukraine war. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we talking about Israel Palestine. I'm sorry about that.
No, there's no need to apologize. I was just wanting to
Oh, but yeah, it
clear up.
is a distraction though. I think it's not a I think. I know how the big players work, man. Like somebody like myself who this is all I do, bro. Like I actually just indulge in this stuff, man. Like the same way you doing whatever you love to learn about. This is all I do. I mean, yeah, it's just a distraction, man. Like it's
But again, and I'm only asking because you keep using the word. What do you think is distracting us from, or
I
who's it
just told
intended to
you.
distract?
I told you. You got to think multidimensional. One of the things that's distracting us from is uh the crimes that were being brought up against Netanyahu. That's just one.
But and again, I'm not to interrupt you. I'm gonna let you finish. He's in the process. He's committing more crimes according to the international
Yeah,
court.
that may be true. That may be true, but you got to understand the mentality of society when a country is going at war. They are more liable to be willing to commit atrocities.
This
That's
is
what you
true.
got to understand. See,
I
this is the
agree. I agree.
psychology. This is the
And the people are more
psychology
willing to
that
follow because
Yeah,
they're afraid. Right.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
that because they know people move for that, and they don't think the way they normally do when war is involved. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what
I
I'm
hear
trying to tell
you.
you.
I don't think that's the case. I think it's just the continue, and I think it's just the continuation of the desire for all of the land in that area. I think that's what it is. And yeah, um,
Let me ask you
maybe
something.
overcoming those criminal charges from before this particular conflict. Maybe that's one of the benefits. But I think they're probably just not going to stop until they become like the United States did the Native Americans and take everything, and then we'll put you on reservations and we're the governing body. I think that's
But
the end goal.
They're-
but but
What's so
see,
funny, RJ?
you say
Biden
put
was
them on
no.
they don't want them in their land. They're not gonna put them on any reservations. They don't want
I
them
think they are. I think that's exactly what they're doing. They're moving. So right, even right now, they
Hey,
are
when was
building.
Israel created, Deidre? You saying Palestine? They gonna put Palestinians on a reservation,
Yeah, on reservations.
even though they may not be the original people from that land either. But I think they've been there longer than Israel has. When
Uh,
was Israel? When was Israel created? Do you know the year?
you mean the current
Yeah,
iteration of Israel? Was it 1949,
8.
1948? Yeah. So
So I mean, we can have varying opinions on this. I mean, but I just don't agree with that. But I mean, we can
what
have
what don't
varying
you agree
opinions
with?
on it.
What don't you agree with?
I mean, that you don't think it's just a distraction. I mean, they to me, the big players, they move things around. No matter how big the things are, they move them around like pool balls. They just shoot them or chess pieces. Excuse me, that's a better analogy. Like chess pieces.
I got you.
Like I feel like Biden was going to use this war to stay in the office, but his health is preventing that. So now they got to bring up Kamala and try to salvage the
you know,
situation.
I'm glad I was actually gonna go there next, and I'm glad you brought up Biden because I know we talked about him on our last episode, but I after thinking about it, I thought Biden was really selfless of him bowing out and allowing VP Harris to actually run for president. I mean, albeit maybe he does have some health issues, but I don't think his health issues were great enough that he had to step down. I just actually I want to commend him personally for doing that because I think that is really a selfless thing that he actually did.
He was not selfless. He was being quite selfish. He had to be forced out. They forced him out. I'm pretty sure that that's what happened. He
Well,
wanted
he
to
did
hold
get
on.
forced out, but I mean, he didn't have to. He didn't have to acquiesce. He could have.
No, but he was
We're
scared.
2 months. We're 2 months away. So
Two
we're two
months
months,
away.
3 months
You mean
away
from the
from the
whatchamacallit?
election.
No,
Yeah,
the election
November.
is in November.
Well, what month are we in? 4 months away. We're not.
Yeah,
We're not far
but
away from the election.
he held on with all of his might. He held on as tight as
Kick
he
him
could.
in. He had out like that.
Oh, I
Yeah.
gotta keep it.
With the grip of a newborn baby. Yeah.
Right. So I gotta totally disagree.
Oh,
He was not being
okay. I'm
selfless.
sorry.
He was totally selfish.
Mm.
And everybody well, a lot of the media outlets are now talking about how when Biden was first elected, it was understood that he would be a transitional candidate. He was going to be there, do his 4 years, and gracefully bow out. But it seems to me like, it started feeling good to him, and he didn't want to let go. So,
Well, nobody put it on. Put it on. No one reminded him. I guess no one put the pressure on him at that point.
well,
Waited till the last minute.
He got reminded quite pointedly at the end there because everybody was on. Yeah. So, very much so. Not selfless at all. Quite selfish, I'd say.
I disagree with that. I thought it was very selfless. Because, like I said, he could have held on to it. I mean, that was his prerogative. He might have lost, which he might have won. Who knows? I mean,
he quite well might have won, but I'm betting he would have lost with the combination of the debate performance. It looked really bad, and the fact that Trump got apparently shot in an assassination attempt. I think that really boosted
allegedly,
things for Trump.
That's a good word.
Yeah, I think that would have pushed Trump to a victory. And now I think it's more, we got to see how Kamala handles the pressure, how she handles the criticism, how she handles the digging into her past. These next couple of months are going to be very critical for her. And right now, I would say it's up in the air right now. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I don't like Kamala. I don't care what she do. I mean, I don't like her at all. I just don't.
You don't like the way she looks? What don't you like?
I don't like her personality. I don't know. I don't like anything about her. I mean, I just don't. She's boring. She's awkward. She's cringy. She's everything. I just don't like her. I mean, as a person on the outside looking in, because I really don't vote, I just don't like her. She's not even entertaining. Like it's nothing about her that stands out to me. Nothing.
Yeah, I hear you.
But I do hear though, she got a lot of donations. A lot of black women got together and put together some donations for her or something like that. Got some donations.
Well, supposedly she broke a record, or I don't know if it was just a Democratic record, but she got more or the highest donations ever in a day, if I'm not mistaken. So,
well, I'm gonna tell you something. Democrats gonna make me vote. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
You're gonna vote for Trump?
Because my thing is when I talk, people think I'm a Republican. I'm not. It just, I think most black people traditionally are conservative.
I agree.
So when I talk,
I think most black men are conservative, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, I can go with that. So when I talk, they think I'm a Republican. No, I'm not. I've only voted once in 40 some odd years. It's just when you tell me you're gonna vote out of fear, you're gonna vote just because you don't want Trump in there, it's something wrong with that to me. I talked to people at work today, and the way they talk, it was yesterday, and a lot of things they said to me, I'm like, okay, well, I'm not gonna vote anyway, but give me one thing about Kamala that you could tell me she's gonna give black people, because most of the black people will defend them. Give me one thing about her that you can give me, and I vote for her. You can't give me that. All you can do is argue me about Trump. That's a problem.
I agree. That is a problem if a
That's a
person
problem.
doesn't know much about the person they're voting for. Absolutely.
Vote blue no matter who. That's crazy to me. Not saying vote
Uh,
for Trump. Don't vote at all, because I think Black people need to get to a point where we are
let,
sustaining ourselves by circulating our own dollars within our own communities, shopping with ourselves, and getting our own schools, our own everything. But until then, this Democrat, the mentality is, I don't want to turn nobody off or make anybody mad, but I really don't give a damn. That shit's sickening. Like, to sit here and tell me to vote blue no matter who, and you can't give me one thing to vote Democrat for. Like, that's crazy to me.
well, I first
So,
of all, I don't tell anybody who to vote for. I just say get informed and make your vote in an informed vote. That's my only push.
I mean, I
Personally.
can agree with that. I
Yeah,
can agree with that. But I'm
yeah.
just saying, the way people are crazed about, we got to get Trump out of there. He racist. He racist. Okay, so is Biden. One is just more overt than the other. Why y'all can't see that? Why you can't see that? I mean, am I wrong? Like, as a person that really don't vote, am I wrong? Like, I just don't see. To me, Black people. Let me speak specifically about Black people. Black people vote for politics like it's a damn football team. They don't care what the players bring. It's only about the jersey. You voting for a damn jersey. I'm voting for the blue team. That is
It's not just
crazy.
black and white though. It's both.
They,
Excuse
they,
me, it's
they
not just
do, but
black. It's black
I'm
and
talking
white.
about you're right, but I'm just mainly talking about Black people right now because they are so fervent about it. Black, you know how we are. We extra about everything. So they gonna defend something if they believe in it, like to the 10th degree. And I just don't understand. Like, what I can understand a white person voting Republican. I can
Well,
understand a white person voting Democrat. They gonna get something out of it because this system is based on white supremacy. As a Black person, you cannot tell me one thing a Democratic nominee is gonna give you. I mean, Republican either, but Democrat tell you straight up, we can't do something that's just gonna be for Black people. Like, what? That just off of that, I just can't. Am I wrong?
well,
I'm
I mean,
asking.
you confusing me because on one hand you said that it should be black people doing for themselves. So why are you expecting them to do anything for you
I
anyway?
don't. I'm saying the people that I'm talking to, they expect
Okay,
things. They
okay.
expect things, but I'm like, what are you getting? And I
And
say, if you want my vote,
this could be it's gonna be another topic, but I heard you mention, you know, buying black, uh, going to black schools. What is buying black going to do but get the black man who you're paying, you're buying this product, get him rich? It's capitalism. It's nothing changes but the
it
basics.
is,
How
and it's
does
a
it
lot.
change? I mean, what makes it better?
And it's a lot that goes into that because when you patron a Black business, especially depending on where you are, what I would like for Black business owners to learn is to evolve at some point. Like, renovate. Don't always play rap music. We all don't want to hear that when it just different things. So it go both ways. I do want to patron, and I do patron Black businesses, and not it can't be done overnight. We so far behind if you're talking about economics, but I know where we need to be. I know where I would like for us to be. I would love for us to have our own educational system, our own hospitals, our own everything. That's
But
where
is
I
that
want to be.
and that kind of goes back to our debate, or excuse me, the topics we were talking about HBCUs. Is that reality though? I mean, we live in America. This is
It
not
may not be
black and not.
reality. It may not be reality, but it may be more idealistic than anything. But
Okay.
it's the ideal situation that I want to see. So I'm gonna say it whenever I get the chance.
All right.
That's what I would like to see.
So you're gonna try to make it happen here in America, but I mean,
And it may not, but
right.
I know where I want us to be.
Okay.
Like we say, I think integration is the worst thing that ever happened to us.
Mm.
Not slavery, it was integration. So that's just my opinion. And I'm not gonna not state my opinion. I know we kind of got serious real quick, but
No, it's good. It's good.
that's just how
I
I feel.
love it.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel. And if
There's
anybody
nothing
ever
wrong with
see
that.
me and want to ask me about it, I'll tell you in your face. Yeah,
Yeah.
integration was the worst thing that ever happened to us.
Mm.
Yeah, everything that I say on here is how I really feel. And I'm not gonna shy away from it. I'm not gonna not tell you to your face. If
Well,
I
that's why
need
you're
to.
here. That's why you're here
That's
to tell us your opinion.
right.
Sure.
Right. Of two mindsets.
I, I won't say integration is the worst thing, and I know we're going to other places, but I'll say Jim Crow and the whole Klan destroying the black communities that were created out of when blacks came out of slavery. That was devastating to me.
Yeah.
And that set black people back.
But that was before integration, right?
Well, yes.
See, we were still all right. Integration was the nail. Well, it wasn't the last nail. I mean, you could argue that.
Okay. For forced integration, for busing and all that.
I mean, it was a lot. It was a lot of things, but I think what got us on the down slope was integration. Everything else we could handle. The slavery we can handle. The Jim Crow we can handle. When we integrated and we start taking on the mentality of our oppressors, that's when we started failing. We ain't been shit since then. Now it has been a lot of things like the whoredom of the music that we listen to now, the gangster, all this other stuff. That's still a part of it. But I think the integration is what actually got us on the down slope. I think that's what got us on. Everything else, it slowed us down, but integration is what got us on the down slope. And I'm not saying that we would never have done business with white people or nothing like that. I'm just saying like we should have still had our own. Like now, like a lot of people, like you, I think you said one time, what we don't have a black community. I kind of disagree with that. It's a mess, but I still think we are a nation within a nation. They know it. I just wish we would realize that.
No, there's black communities. I mean, Atlanta has plenty.
I believe more than in the community. I believe we still a black nation. We just a mess right now. See, I feel like they realize that, and that's why everybody kind of is against black people. That's just how I feel, because they know once we get on our feet, that's it. I mean, we at the lowest point we've ever been at, and we still maintaining. If we ever just get just a little something, it's over with. It's over with. That's just me. That's just how I feel. We already are the culture. We the wave. Yeah, and we always have been.
And I'm going to disagree on that. I don't think we're at the lowest. We definitely are not at the lowest, brother. No.
I think we are.
Definitely not.
Expound on that. What is it about now that makes us at our lowest?
The unity. We don't move like a nation like we should. We are more we are like individualistic because we have become so materialistic. We have become a part of this synthetic society. We are organic. We are organic people, and we don't move organically like we used to. And that's we have become just like the synthetic beings that have oppressed us, and that is our main problem. That is our main problem because we have allowed ourselves to succumb to the way they think and the way they do things.
Mm.
And that is what is destroying us. Soon as we allow ourselves to let go of their cultures, their mentality, we'll be just fine.
All
But
right.
y'all finna make me just vibe because I'm really feeling like I'm about to vibe. Yeah,
No.
but what? Yeah, I'm really about the vibe, man. I tell people a lot of times when people talk to me, I believe we'll get back to our original everything once we just allow ourselves to let go of a lot of the things that we try to hold on to fit into this white society, man. And that is our problem
Mm.
because it's not natural for us. We are not the same. We are not the same. And that's why I think going back to the battle, they are not like us. That's really what it's about. Because see, a lot of time the Most High give you messages when you don't even know you're getting a message. And that's really to us right now. We are not the same. They are not like us. And we need to get back to doing us. And that's the only way. That's the only way we're gonna get back to where we need to be. Being the original man
I
and
got
woman.
I got so many questions. You know, I do, but I want to give D Hill a shot. D Hill, do you have a question or something you want to add in on this?
No, I mean, I'm not much into the spiritual side of it. I don't know. You and I had a conversation, and I think we might have mentioned it in the show where I think what Izzy might be referring to that we might have said is that I think the best way forward for Black people is not to fight necessarily for Black rights, but to fight for more generalized rights that will help Black people. So if we can help poor people, for instance, that's going to help a whole bunch of Black people and
Right.
and so forth. So
I think that was our understanding, and I think that's where
right,
we had a
right,
difference of
and
opinion.
that's and the problem, Izzy, that I think what you're saying is appropriate. It sounds great, but I think what it requires also is a large swath of land where we would have to be separated. That's what the people of Israel and Palestine understand. You've got to have your own land if you want to be your own people. That's why that battle will never end until that situation with the land is settled. And as long as we, and let me just say, I don't totally agree with everything you're saying. I think we're past the point where we can go backwards. And I don't want, well, backwards is not the right word. Let me say that. I don't think we can separate because we're too mixed of a culture. This American thing, this American culture. I don't think we can separate. If we did have, let's say, like when they
Let
were
me
sending us to Liberia.
hold on, D. You said I
Sure,
don't think
sure.
we can. I don't think you're gonna get 50% that want to be
Exactly,
honest.
and that's because we're too mixed
I
of a
gotta
group.
disagree
Hmm.
Mm.
because we don't need a swath of land to be a nation. We are already a nation, and we intermingle with different cultures in this country already. All it takes is the mentality of unity, like we had, and later in earlier times. That's all it takes. So yeah, and we are very intertwined, and we have worked off of each other and um, we have affected each other in certain ways that I really feel like has evolved both cultures. But we don't necessarily need a swath of land. What we need is unity in our hearts to come together, that we still have at least Black communities, and we know nationwide that we move together. We move together when we vote. We move together when we want to get something done. We move together when it's somebody attacking our people. That's all we need. We don't have to have we all Black people over here, all white people over here. No, it's just you're gonna respect this Black woman. If not, I'm gonna crack your head. You're gonna respect my brother. If not, I'm gonna crack your head. I love him. I love you. It's not always gonna be perfect.
Right.
It's always gonna be because that's like every nation. But we already a nation within a nation. You just have to understand that they already look at you like that. They know you're a nation. That's why they do everything possible within that power to keep us from uniting. So we don't need a swath of land. We already own it. We already here. We just need it in your heart to understand that we just need it in the hearts of the man. That's it.
I hear you.
We don't need
I
a
hear you.
swath of land.
I don't think I don't totally disagree with that. Not at all. I just think that where you were going with what you were saying before, I think that that swath of land would be beneficial. And again, that's what the people of Israel know. That's what the Palestinians know. That's what the Russians know. That's why they're trying to take Ukraine. That's why the Ukrainians are
Mhm.
trying to hold on to Ukraine because land is most important um, in maintaining and in building a nation. That's
Well, we kind of beyond that in this country.
exactly, and that's why I made the assertion that we have to somewhat, yes, we can maintain we are black people, but it's pushing for other particular rights that's really going to help us a little bit more. That's all I'm saying.
All right. I think we're gonna end it there. This is a
No,
very, very no, we want to
Let
keep going.
no,
before we
no,
end it,
I'll just mess with.
let me
No,
just
I
give a
think that's
shout
good.
out. Let me give a shout out to Kara Dangerous. She posted us on her site,
All
really
right.
boosted our numbers and got a lot of new eyes on us. So we love you, girl. Thanks for the shout out and thanks for letting people know who we are. We hope to do more work with you in the future.
And let me say
Kara
this: she
Dangerous. That's
doesn't necessarily,
Kera Dangerous. Kera Dangerous. Look her up. She's got great music, great talent, and she has her own podcast also.
and just because she shared us, don't mean she necessarily agree with our opinions. Let me say that because people love to just so because I know a lot my the way I feel about things, a lot of people are not gonna agree. I really don't care,
I don't agree with
but
most of what you say.
and that's fine because I feel the same way. I feel the same way about you. And
Oh,
guess
no, you
what?
don't.
Oh yeah, oh yes I
Woo!
do.
You love it. Hey,
But
Yo, I just
Dee
want
Hill,
to are
you
you
got some questions from viewers, right? Or some feedback you want to
yeah,
express?
so we want to thank everybody who's been watching us. And we want to mention some of the comments that we've gotten. Piece of Peace 2868 from last show, the Biden drop. She says, I like LeBron, but there should be no comparison. They all are from different eras. I think that's when we got into talking about LeBron and Michael, who's the GOAT. RJ, you the
and what the
basketball
numbers
man.
like?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
as much as I dislike Jordan, he is well. Uh, she has a point. I mean, Jordan was the GOAT because you could argue that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was the GOAT. But for me, it is Jordan. He's the GOAT. He kills
yeah.
my Knicks all the time.
All right. Pamela Hooks says, yes, and this is regarding the smartphone and social media episode that we had a couple of weeks ago. She said, yes, Dynatech was the first cell phone in 1983. They
Mm,
were made just for talking. Technology has evolved so that the smartphone has interfaced our lives to a point where there are few homes and landlines or
right.
with landlines.
True.
Izzy, do you know anybody who still have a landline?
I don't. Other
Right.
than that work, I don't.
I know a few people who still have landlines, and I've been telling them you might as well go ahead and get rid of that. There's no
I
need
think my
for it.
mother does. I think my mother has a landline. I'm
It's
pretty
a waste
sure.
of money.
Does
Yeah.
a cordless count?
Yeah, that's a landline.
Well, grandma got one.
Yeah. See?
Okay, that's from Pam Hooks. And Sakitha Gray, referring to the Under the Gun episode, She says it's definitely powerful, but it's definitely a way to protect your family. Talking about guns. So, yeah, any more thoughts on guns, Izzy?
Now, both of y'all were wrong on that one, but go ahead, Izzy.
I, nah, I mean, just if you get one, train with it, shoot it, break it in, don't play with it, and everything will be fine.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's it.
All right. Well, then, is anything else, D Hill?
No, again, I want to thank Kara Dangerous for shouting us out, and thank you
They're
guys
dangerous.
All
for a
right.
great conversation today.
I think we had an excellent episode. Lot of good talk. Lot of battles today.
No doubt,
Good
no doubt.
battles. Yeah. All right. I'm Peace. I'm RJ.
I'm
D
D
Hill.
Hill.
I'm Izzy, the
All right.
Egyptian vulture. Peace.
This is
All
of Two
right.
Mindsets.
Catch y'all
Thanks for
next
joining
time.
us. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Go back and watch some of our previous shows. We had some great conversations. And tell your friends about us. And we hope to see you guys next time.
All right.
Peace.